The 20th century brought us legends on wheels. But for every car that made history, many others never made it past the prototype phase. Some were too expensive, others too weird, and some were simply ahead of their time. Today, we uncover 5 incredible cars from the 20th century that never reached production, and the surprising reasons why. 1958 Ford Nucleon, the atomic car that never happened. Imagine a car powered not by gasoline but by a nuclear reactor. That was the bold vision behind the Ford Nucleon, one of the most ambitious and dangerous concepts of the 1950s. Key features: designed to be powered by a small nuclear reactor. Estimated range: up to 5,000 miles per charge. Futuristic rear-heavy design with massive tail fins. 2-seat cockpit positioned far from the rear for radiation safety. Why it was never produced. At the time, nuclear miniaturization was nowhere near feasible for cars. Safety concerns, cost, and logistics made it completely unrealistic. It remained a concept model only. The Nucleon became a pop culture icon, symbolizing both the optimism and naivety of the atomic age. 1969, Mercedes-Benz C111. The Wankel wonder. Mercedes-Benz shocked the automotive world when it revealed the C111, a wedge-shaped experimental sports car packed with revolutionary tech and a rotary engine under the hood. Key features: 3 or 4 rotor Wankel engine. Top speed: up to 186 miles per hour, 300 kilometers per hour. Gull-wing doors, advanced fiberglass body, and futuristic dashboard. Why it was never produced. The rotary engine, while powerful, had major reliability and fuel efficiency issues. Mercedes also feared brand damage if the experimental tech failed. The project was scrapped after several prototypes. Today, the C111 is a prize museum piece and a legendary what if in Mercedes history. 1963 Chrysler Turbine car, jet power for the masses. What if your daily driver had a jet engine? That is exactly what Chrysler imagined in the early 1960s with the Turbine car. Key features: gas turbine engine capable of running on diesel, kerosene, even tequila. Smooth, vibration-free operation. Power output: 130 horsepower. 0 to 60 miles per hour in approximately 12 seconds. Only 55 built. 50 loaned to public for testing. Why it was never produced. The turbine engine had drawbacks: poor fuel economy, sluggish throttle response, and high emissions. Also, government regulations and production costs made it unviable. It remains one of the boldest experiments in automotive history. Only a few turbine cars still exist, mostly in museums. 1974, Ferrari 512, Berlinetta Boxer Spider. The forbidden convertible. Ferrari had big plans for a convertible version of the 512 BB, but safety regulations and company strategy stood in the way. Key features: 5.0-liter flat 12 engine, 360 horsepower, classic Pininfarina styling, open-top design for a rare mid-engine Ferrari convertible. Why it was never produced. U.S. rollover safety standards in the mid-1970s made open-top cars a risky proposition. Ferrari opted to keep the BB as a coupe only. A few aftermarket conversions exist, but no official Spider version was produced by Ferrari, making it a fascinating what could have been. 1981, Volkswagen EA48, the anti-Golf. The EA48 was Volkswagen's top-secret experiment to replace the Beetle in the 1950s and later influence small car design into the 80s. It was meant to be ultra-cheap, functional, and revolutionary. Key features: front-wheel drive, water-cooled engine, angular hatchback body style, simple modular components for cheap repair. Why it was never produced. VW's management deemed it too radical, and instead went with more conservative models that aligned with market expectations. Internal politics and engineering debates ultimately buried the EA48. Many of its ideas, like a front-engine, front-wheel drive layout, were used later in the Golf and Polo. But the EA48 was never shown to the public until years later. These cars may never have seen production, but they left a mark on the world of automotive design and technology. Some were brilliant, some were bizarre, but all of them had one thing in common: bold ambition. Which of these forgotten machines do you wish had made it to production? Let us know in the comments, and do not forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more forgotten stories from the world of cars. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the best ideas never leave the garage.